Is it here? Hope you guys having a good day today because, well, I'm definitely not. Okay. Like, I thought I'd be coming home. Like, I had a whole bunch of stories being like, okay, got some good news stories. Got some players becoming less free agents and stuff like that. And my webcam's being a bit of a pest because this is way too light. So I'll fix it up for the moment. But I thought I'd have a more happier thing today, okay? More happier stream. But not banned, to be fair. Like, I don't bet and I don't have a Ladbroke, so I don't have any other accounts like that. I know my family does. My family has been trying to get information out of me once, ages ago, but they don't do that anymore because I told them not to. Because I said, like, it's not going to look good at all. I told them no multiple times. So yeah. Well, it's been a pretty shit day. Not gonna put it out there. Like, I had some good news here. Like, had some few players getting new teams and stuff like that. Really good stories like that. I also got into the closed qualifiers for DreamHack Open January. So we got casting some Hellraisers. V still don't know tonight. Or Dunnow, I'm not sure how to pronounce it in Polish, but we'll be casting like Mihu, MHL, and Bialy tonight. So that's gonna be the good news. So we're casting Hellraiser's new lineup with a Narquez in it as well. So, that's one of the games I wanted to get. Also, I've got the lower bracket final for DreamHack Open as well for January for closed qualifiers. So I've got those two games today. I'm really a bit unhappy with both sides, like, of the coin with this current thing. I thought Sponge was a bit extreme, but I think he walked back his take. Like, I think a lot of these guys can learn something from this. Like, what I'm going to say now is I think a lot of the guys who are being banned now, it was done before they had, knowledge that it was bannable to bet on other matches in your league. And the thing is, like, the ignorance of the law is not an excuse, unfortunately. You can probably give leniency in those regards, but, you've got to have some sort of punishment. And I did say this before as well. And there's been a few tweets as well particularly one from JHD said, where's the support when this happened to us? And I did mention a few things as there, and I can understand his plight because no one fucking stood up for him when this shit happened to Rooster and Co. Because not many people stood up. They talked to me about it, and I gave him as much help as I could. I said, like, you can appeal it if you want. If you don't want to, you can just use the 12 months doing something else. Because, you don't have to be successful in esports to be successful as a person. Funnily enough, real life is an open-ended RPG. You can be successful in anything that you want to be successful in. Okay? Like, even though the door closes, there are about 500 others that open sometimes. Like, you don't, like, for example, for streaming, you don't have to be successful for streaming, but you can be successful by helping someone else achieve their dreams as well. But anyways, let's get started. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Chilltime with Jose. I am your host, Jose, and we've got a special edition today because ESIC have issued a whole bunch of shit. Well, shouldn't put it lightly, but they've issued a whole bunch of documents containing a lot of stuff. And we'll just get into it by going to HLTV, and let's just get to it right away because, we'll let you guys read it instead. So basically, they've issued bans for betting related offences in Australia. I can tell you guys, I'm going to preface this of why it's just Australia, is because Australia has an easy way to track who's going to get banned or not, because Australia really take match fixing quite seriously because they have quite serious penalties for match fixing. So basically, they have to oblige all betting agencies to cooperate with the police and all entities that require it. So that's why it's easier to get the Australian bettors out, is because the betting agencies have to give the information away, because Australia take it seriously compared to Asia, for example. Not going to mention names, not going to mince words either, like Asia, Russia, and a few other countries where this sort of support that Australia gives to these authorities isn't really there. Help me, I didn't even play it, I got banned. I gotta say, one reason you could have got banned is being the third-party middleman. Like, you gotta think about that as well. Like, if you play accessory to it, you can get banned as well. Like, just in case you guys are wondering. Like, if you kind of accessorize to it, but I'm not sure. I can't comment on your case. Like, I can comment potentially why you could have, but I can't tell you if you should deserve to be banned or not, okay? Like, I'm not judge, jury, and executioner, okay? Like, you could be third-party, and that's how you get banned from it. You could be, like, negotiating inside information. But anyways, let's just go through it. So basically, these breaches were due to betting offenses. Betting related offenses does not mean match fixing. I know a lot of people go out, run the ball, but like, match fixing. Nah, it's not match fixing. Okay, there's little penalties for betting on games in leagues that you should be betting in. Now, this is the thing though, because one of the things did say in ESIC related matches, and this is pretty vague, and I reckon ESIC might want to review that, because let's just say one of the guys who won 12 month ban, if they're betting an ESL Pro League NA, a tournament that they can never qualify for, I don't think you should ban like an MDL, ESA Premier player for that, okay? Like, you know, I wonder how they limited it, okay? Because that's one thing I want to know. That's one question I want to know, because the 12 months guys, you know, I can understand, okay? Like, you know, they've got a bit of latency there. Where do they bet? Because they're getting banned for... Sorry, let me put my keyboard back here. They're getting banned for, like, you know, just betting on a match in the ESIC thing. That's what it says. But anyways, let's keep going. Go down here. 80k and Smake got their bans upgraded to 24 and 48. So I'm assuming he's Baker bet his own against his own team, and 80k bet on his own game. I'm actually surprised. Actually, I'm trying to think who else is there. ESIC added a present collusive behavior by close associates of offending parties during this thing. So this is what he's talking about. Just in case you're wondering why Krags is asking, like, this is a thing as well, is that they're going for the associates as well. And just in case you guys are wondering what associates is in Australian law, it means fucking everybody that you know, okay? Not actually doing the action, but, you know, literally everyone that you know is an associate. But that's in corporate law. I don't think it will apply here. We'll see. Vandalizing the data, blah, blah, blah. The catch of sanction mentions, blah, 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 with betting, bam, bam, bam. So these are a whole bunch of people that got banned, which is a lot. And this is actually really concerning, because after... Okay, so first of all, Motion Falcon, they actually got promoted. They're in Premier. They got Dell as well, which I'm disappointed to see. Same with Vax. Like, I'm actually disappointed with a lot of the people I fucking see in this list, actually. Just in case you guys are wondering, this isn't final. They can appeal it. They can actually query a decision as well. Like, they don't have... You know, they can appeal it. So this is not all final done dusted, because, like, there's a few people that don't think their ban is legitimate. They're like a bit... Hey, hang on, what's up? Now, so pretty much, like, you know, a lot of these players are banned. BT, Mizuna, that's going to be Integral Nation dead. Zilla's banned. He's in, I think he's in open at the moment, Zilla, actually. So that's Vertex hit. Damio's in open. JTR's gone, so that's Rooster practically gone. Reckons is gone, so that's basically Bizarre potentially falling over. I think MDK is in open. Pears has moved on to Valorant. Jamie, I do not think he plays at all, as far as I know. Because Jamie retired a long time ago, I believe. Bowie, I believe his team got relegated. Josh... I know he played in one game for the 419, but I didn't recall him betting, but I'm not terribly too sure about this. But he says he's better in the MDL while he was casting, and that's pretty much good enough. You can't do that. Like, it's just in case you guys wondering, the unnecessary risk is also a caster thing as well. Even though it doesn't stay in the ESA rules, it states it in Valve's rules as well. You've got to be really, really careful with Valve's rules. There's Krags as well, who does not have a HLTV page. Oof. And there's Steven as well. JD, basically these guys are already banned, by the way. Brackham, JHT, Netic, they're already banned. Then it gets a bit more serious with Matrix, Kaylee, 80k, Noobster, which is probably the only big one here because he's playing for Avant. Then you got Foggers for 48. Tam, this is actually a bit disappointing as well. Tam from LPL. I don't think he got into MDL in the end, because I think it was in rallies, but I'm not too sure if he did anything. Then you got Habbo Hotel, basically there he's in open. Sammy, which I'm a bit confused about as well. You see later that Sammy doesn't play CSGO anymore, so he's a bit confused with his ban as well. DZ, and I believe he's in another person who's open. Watts in open as well. There's Maker who got upgraded, so not terribly too sure what's there. And you got Gravins and Willie. Gravins quit. It was kicked off a team a long time ago. Not kicked off a team, but, you know, he left the team. And Willie's going to be banned. Not banned. He was going to be he's going to be in MDL. And I think Jam is Jamari, of course. So that's a lot of players banned. That's a lot of players in the tier 2 scene. Probably the notable ones, probably Ruffleco, and probably the entirety of Aftermind, other than Sector, I believe. Because basically all of Aftermind's here other than Sector, I believe. Because it's Master Coffee, MSN. I'm trying to think of the other player that wasn't banned from Aftermind. But basically at this point, with all these players that are banned at the moment, there's only 6 teams that can fill a MDL ESA Premier roster. Which is very, very concerning considering the fact that the ESA Premier starts in 6 days. And a lot of teams will be looking for players. And, well, I'm going to say we're probably going to get an absolute shit show in ESA Premier with the AU teams basically barely having any games played. It probably won't affect any of the top 4 teams. Paradox completely unaffected as well. And you got to give it out to people who did not get caught by this. Now, this isn't all, done, dusted. They're banned. They should be burnt at the stake kind of thing. They can appeal it. And hopefully they do get some queries and appeal it, because one thing that I'm not happy about is that ESIC do not give the evidence to the other party to have a look at, okay? And I feel like that's a bit unfair, okay? I feel like before, judge, jury, and executioner comes out, I feel like that the players should at least plead their case to get, a certain time to respond, and that's pretty much it. If they don't respond, then they can go judge, jury, and executioner, and I'm going to say, kind of the player's fault on that one. Now, let's get some opinions on this as well. So basically, Rufflecrow clearly isn't fucking happy about this because, of course, being a very, very upstanding model of the league, he's going to go through and just, prove his innocence, basically. I don't think a system should run like that, personally. As I said, don't think a system should run like that, even though I've said some really strong words on how I don't like it, and people, you've been told before. I feel like these offenses, a lot of these offenses were done before I made that stand. So I'm not going to go, hammer and tongs at these people when they probably already know, okay? They probably already know. They probably heard me say this, so I don't need to tell them again. They know. It's just way before that, because I'm being a bit more forgiving here, okay? So he's going to prove that he didn't do it. He didn't bet on any games related to MDL and stuff like that. And, I've got a half chance I'll probably believe him in that regards that, given that, none of the other players in Vertex got banned, I'm thinking Rufflecrow might have a bit of a case here, but we'll see what happens. Now, there's another one as well, basically Willie being one of the bigger ones. He never got the proof, and he's not entirely too sure of what is going on. And he's like, never bet against my team. So, not entirely too sure. And a few guys been saying $500. They've also thing as well, you can appeal this as well. I disagree with CS2. I don't think I'm not sure why you're accusing ESIC of grifting. The $500 is to make sure that people don't appeal immediately and just waste ESIC's time. I don't believe ESIC's operating any sort of grift. If anyone honestly thinks ESIC's operating any sort of grift, I wouldn't think a $500 fee to appeal any of the decisions is exactly a grift. Okay, a egregious grift, just in case you're wondering. But yeah, I reckon ESIC, what they can do better, I can 100% back you guys on this, is that they need to give the players a chance to respond and give the players the evidence that they have on them. Unless there's some privacy or confidentiality laws that forbade it or forbid it, it's basically the players are just getting whacked out of the blue and knocked out on the streets with a 12-month ban, and they've got games in 6 days, and they're going to appeal in 6 days and make it have all be hunky-dory. I think some leniency might have, some clemency might have to be, shown here to some of these players so they can get a case together. What do you think about to Get Right? Get Right's going to Valorant. I'm not sure if he's going to go back to Pro or not, to be honest, so I'm not entirely too sure. But I want to keep on this subject, okay, before we go talking about this. The AU scene is going to be taking a fat low anyways, even if most players get the play approved. Yeah, exactly. Basically overall, it's not a good look that 37 people can't follow guidelines. But I suppose I'm going to say now, as Gratifaction said, probably about 75 to 85% of those people didn't know, okay? Didn't know about those guidelines. Now, I'm going to say ignorance of law is in defense, but, there's you can feel sorry for them in that regard. But, stuff like that. What's of Daniel in his future? Daniel, I'm not terribly too sure he's an open. And I'm not sure if that 12 months is going to stick or not. It's going to hurt a lot. So I'm not terribly too sure. I know a lot of these people are going to go to Valorant. And I'm not sure about the position about Valorant orgs accepting players that got ESIC bans. But then again, Riot operate the esports branch. So they can do whatever they want. And I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to, we'll just accept these players. Just take a stab at the being unethical, but being that helping hand, we can redeem you here, you're not that bad kind of approach. And I can imagine Riot doing that, even though it's really, really unethical. But anyways, we got another one as well. We got a twit longer as well from Muchus, and basically Tyson, who plays now, I think it's Panic, plays Valorant. he actually mentioned this, which is in the ESA rulebook before they changed it to go with unnecessary risks. And I'm gonna say, like, even though ESA's rulebook does say it, like, I do understand that, like, the ignorance part of it, maybe a sentence should be lessened. But that unnecessary risk has been there for a very, very long time. It's actually been there since the other guys, I think it's Off the Grid or whatever their name is, that team got done for match fixing. But I can understand, what they mean. And also, a lot of people said that when they asked ESA admins, that they got the same old answer. Now, this is the twit longer, just in case you guys are wondering. Yeah, so basically I can understand this. Like, basically a lot of them didn't know. I don't think Moojus has been banned, just an FYI. He's just talking about his teammate. That a lot of them wasn't clear that this was a bannable offense. And I think it basically, a lot of these bans were before the ESA Premier season, as he says, the 2010, they archived it as well. And, after that, it was updated to include it. And I think everyone knew after that date that it was fine. Like, that you shouldn't be doing that. And, the thing is, with ESIC, like, with this part here, I kind of disagree with this. I know it doesn't say ESIC anywhere, but you gotta be aware that some bodies don't have to be mentioned in a specific league's contract for it to be enforceable, to be honest. I don't think you should be you shouldn't bet on the league. No, what I'm saying, Charlotte, is you shouldn't bet on your own games and on your opponent to win. But where the thing that I'm a bit fuzzy on is the first part. This is where I agree with them, is that the rules weren't clear to what ESIC matches are. And I want to look at that one, okay? The people on 24 to 60 month bans, they've got to sort it out themselves, okay? But the ones on 12 bans, I also want clarity on what ESIC is, what ESIC matches are. If someone's betting on ESL Pro League Europe and they're in Australia, I don't think you can expect that person to have inside information, that kind of thing. But we'll see what happens. And, I do agree with Moojus on parts, and I do agree with other things as well. But, I feel I think it should go without saying. But, I could understand some clemency, some leniency to some of these players, because a lot of these players didn't know. And trust me, if these players knew, they probably wouldn't fucking do it. They'd probably be like, nah, we're not doing it. It's going to ruin my future, okay, if they knew about it. They're probably betting on another match thinking, oh, this is fine. It's not my own match. And, it's not on my opponent either. So basically, it's fine. It's, not my game. And, that's pretty much it. Would have, thought of it that way. And I can understand that kind of, logic. But, of course, I'm not saying that, I'm not trying to justify match fixing in general, of course. People who are, talking to the other team, be like, oh, yeah, we're doing this, we go over, so we get, stuff like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about guys who are just betting on other people's games, essentially, not knowing that they're breaching protocol by miles. Next up is Aaron. Basically, this is kind of one of the arguments people are putting forward as well, is that multiple tier 1 teams are stream sniping, which is cheating 100%, with blasts and stuff like that. And, basically ESIC says we'll get him next time. Now, some bloke, working a part-time job, but he backed himself to beat CGM's basically. It's players should able to bet themselves in a system they're not a part of, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Betting in their league is a grey area. And that's what I'm talking about, could be a bit of a grey area. They were yeah, I'm not sure, but, I'm not in it, so I can bet on it. And then they don't realize it's a, bad thing, and they're like, oh, crap, So, yeah, Jordan's saying that, basically it's one thing to the tier 1 scene, and it's another thing to the other. And this is where I'm going to make my big point about this, is CISPA need to fucking act here. Because this is the exact scenario that CISPA need to fucking act on. Is that these players don't have $500 to appeal to fucking ESIC, okay? They're not rolling in money like fucking players from Australis, okay? This is where CISPA needs to be we need to stick up for the Australian scene, because ESIC could be we need to stick them up here, because just in case ESIC got it wrong, okay? You don't go, ESIC got it wrong, they're bad, blah, blah, blah. You go oh, maybe ESIC got it wrong, we need to help these players out, If we get, a few players unbanned because ESIC may have overlooked it, or may have, looked at a piece of evidence differently, we can look like the good guys here. But, this is where CISPA needs to act, okay? But yeah, reality, as someone said in my chat, good old Charlotte, CISPA ain't gonna do shit. And I don't have faith in CISPA to do shit, okay? I really do not have any faith in CISPA to do anything about this, because they've proven time and time again they just don't care about tier 2 CS or Australia in general. Like, seriously, they just don't give a shit. And if you guys at CISPA want to prove me wrong, which I'm some shithouse little small house streamer, yeah, come ahead, please do it. Come, please prove me wrong. Come help these guys out, okay? But you know, I'm not gonna say I bet, but I'm gonna side with the part that you'll do jack shit, okay? Because you know, no one cares about my opinion. I'm just like some tiny little caster, and no one ever fucking knows me, okay? You know, this is where CISPA needs to act. If CISPA wants to be, you know, the player association, prime opportunity here. They need to help Australia CS, because what's going to happen is that every single Australian CS player is going to walk to Valorant. Riots will be like, we won't do ESIC rules. ESIC rules, what are they? Ooh. And just accept all the players because money. That's me being cynical, by the way. But they're just going to go to Valorant. Thank you for the resub. Thank you for the resub, Johnny. But, you know, that's what I'm saying. They're just going to walk to Valorant, okay? And any org would be probably happy to pick up a pretty good CSGO player from there. Do you play CSGO on stream? No, because I'm really bad at CSGO. That's all you need to know. So Tyson, I think I've already been through this with Panic, where Panic mentioned it as well. There's a few discussions in here as well. Swanky also received a DM from ESIC admins. I'm going to tell you guys now about this. Hopefully Swanky's in chat. I'm going to tell you now. Do not get expert information from admins that have no idea about ESIC, okay? This is like a typical law thing that I got told when I was in law school, is that go to an expert that knows what they're talking about. Assume that your ESIC admins that offer like services and like whether servers up and like managing tournaments and stuff like that, just assume they have no clue about ESIC and the legal system behind it, okay? That's all you need to know. Just assume that, okay? Just assume that, because they have no clue. No clue. I got hit with an ad. What do you miss? Well, you got missing me talking about this. And yeah, like overall the situation for this, like, I feel like a lot of players might be able to appeal their bans or get them lessened. You know, hope some of them do. I really do, because like this is going to kill the Australian CSGO scene quite hard, and like really hard. Sponge made a hot take that we shouldn't miss any of these guys that, you know, betted on their games as scum and stuff like that. Yeah, like, you know, I don't, it's gonna hurt this AUCS scene a lot. I'm trying to think of other things we're gonna say to here. Dude, I've drawn a blank. I have literally drawn a blank on this scenario. But like, I feel like they can give some clemency to some of these players. I'll probably say it's to some of the 12-month players. If it's realistically, if it's like nothing to do with AU and they can't qualify for that league, give them some clemency, because you can't. I'm gonna say now, if someone's being banned for betting on a match in Europe, ESL Pro League Europe, and they're in Australia, just be like, no, like they don't know anything about that league. Betting on your game stream, yeah. This is the 12 months. The 12-month guys aren't betting on their own games. Okay, 12-month games, the guys are like, you know, let's say for example, because Damio's on my mind at the moment. Damio betting on Chiefs versus Renegades, okay? You know, he didn't know, you know, Damio's not involved with Chief. Vexite's on Chiefs, actually. But let's just pretend Vexite's not on Chiefs, like Vexite doesn't exist, you know, bang, you know, smash him out of existence. Basically, you know, Damio's not involved with either of those teams. So, you know, essentially, like, you know, could be some clemency either way, okay? The 24, 36, 48, and 60-month bans, you're going to have to go through some appeals. And the most interesting one I'm going to look at is Willie, because Willie has said he's never ever betted in his life. So that's going to be interesting to look at. Big wake-up call to the AU scene as well. A caster getting banned is not that great. I can't wait for the NA and EU scene, because I think that could be a lot worse. I think the NA scene is going to be a lot worse, given that it's like kind of one of the worst kept secrets. But yeah, like Sponge, I believe I can find his tweets actually. I think Sponge deleted a few tweets because Sponge said he was disgusted by it, I believe. So yeah. Where is it? Because I know Sponge deleted it, actually talking about talking about a bit of memes here. I think Charlotte knows that as well, but there's a little bit of a meme wrote by Professor CS there. Maybe a CISPA can fund the $500 ESIC appeal process. Yeah, I'll tell you that now. That's a bit of a joke from me as well. I'm having a bit of a giggle there as well. All the players who are guilty will have secret accounts. Potentially, yeah. Like the people who, may not get caught as well. So yeah, so pretty much, I think Sponge deleted all his tweets about that. Overall, like I'm gonna say this, like, people should appeal if they want to. Ask the queries, ask for the evidence, and if you got something to just make yourself look innocent or prove yourself innocent, go for the $500. I'm gonna assume that Ruffleco will get 500. Tam will get 500, which is he got a 48 month ban. There'll be a few players that'll definitely get 500. Sponge knows he can't talk too much shit. Some of the chats I got banned was chatting previously. Well, I don't think Habbo Hotel probably won't care. Steven probably won't care because they're gone. Like, they'll probably go rather than pay the 500. There's a few open players as well. I don't think they'll pay it. Like, seriously, they'll probably go to another game. So, yeah. Do I have JHD's tweet up here? Let me put it up here. Because JHD made a finger as well. And yeah, like, I kind of understand this because, like, literally, I think not only one that really supported JHD, well, as far as I know, I'm not going to say it's me, but very few people supported the initial 5 that got banned due to this, okay? Like, very few people did just support. I did basically, like, mention a few things to these guys as well, like, what they could do and stuff like that. And, like, email ESIC if they can find an email for ESIC in the end. And I do kind of agree with that. Like, JHD and others were shown very little support, and now their support's all coming in 2 months later. And I do agree with how, a bit upset he is because, like, seriously, like, everyone comes to support now, even though when the players got banned before, basically you could hear, like, a pin drop. And I did say a few things that maybe clemency could be involved here for some of these players as well, because some of these players were just banned for literally betting on other people's matches that they didn't know was actually bad or not until they were actually shown a bit later. Now, I'm not saying there's zero ban whatsoever. I'm just saying you can give them some clemency or something like that. Can I play a CS game with you? No, we're actually talking about CSGO at the moment, just in case you guys are wondering. Like, we're not playing CSGO. And also, I don't think you would want to play with Silver anyway. Now, next up, let's get to some news, some good news. And so actually, probably not good news, actually. Basically, Gen G. So a lot of the Gen G lineup, it was made free agents. And Kusa leaves to Valorant. Now, all I'm going to say is completely expected, okay? All I'm going to say about Gen G is that how the hell could you not find 2 players that could play well in the NA scene to complete your team? Can't imagine why. Oh, imagine my shock. Sorry for using a Paul Joseph Watson reference, but, you can understand why it's deserved, okay? Like, imagine my shock. And yeah, he's going to join Gen G in Valorant. I really don't have to be shocked, do I, guys? Like, I don't really have to be shocked. Gen G never really... The moment they got a Valorant team, they really never cared about their CSGO team. Okay? Don't have to be Sherlock Holmes to figure that one out, okay? Really don't have to be Sherlock Holmes to figure that one out. He just pulled a Citraroo. Like, dude, someone's got to come in here and be like, oh, man, G really care about both esports team. Yeah, they really did, didn't they? They really did, man. They really did. Next up is Ants. Well, this is what I don't get, okay? Ants revealed a new lineup. All I'm going to say is this. Given that Alu was the center of drama from your last HLTV interview, why is he still in the team? Anyways, hopefully Alu basically sorts himself out, like, personally. That's what I'm hoping for. But this isn't a good look when you got... Ugh. I'm getting worried, okay? I'm getting worried because you got Diha in there, okay? And I don't want Diha getting involved in this shit. Like into the drama. You got Spinks as well, not just Diha, you got Spinks. Okay, you got two really good up-and-coming players, okay? Two really good up-and-coming players. And I just hope Alu sorts himself out. Don't create disharmony in your team. Just don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. You got two fucking absolutely good riflers in that team, okay? Good riflers. You got Diha, who was literally Sprout's best player. He would literally, like, you make a wrong move and you miss a shot, Diha will just be in there banging the AK into your head. Scary mofo Diha is. Like, not gonna lie, Diha's probably the most scary CSGO player. Like, he's gonna be in tier 1. Like, he's gonna get into a tier 1 team, Diha. And he's gonna be like, you know, the Polish devil, okay? Like, you see, like, you peek into Diha and Diha's gonna, like, have your head against the wall, basically, you know? They got to start tier 2, tier 3. Yeah, they will. I reckon they'll probably get back into ESEA. And they'll probably win Open, get to Advanced. Probably win Advanced as well, because, you know, they've got great players in there. And probably hopefully get into... Oh, actually, they've got ESL Pro League spot already, so they don't have to do that. But they've got a pretty good lineup for it. It's actually good test for Diha and Spinks to see if they're tier 1 capable yet. I reckon Diha is good enough to make that jump. Like, Diha is very good enough to make that jump. He was way too good for ESEA Premier. Not sure about Spinks, mainly because I haven't seen Spinks play that much, personally. Okay? Like, I can't be like Spinks is, you know, 20 out of 20. You know, he's the best player alive. I haven't seen him honestly play that much, but, you know, we'll see how he goes. I know he's been talked up a lot. He was talked up by Era, you know, guy from Elpa from Gamer Legion, and a few other players as well as being a very, very good rifler. So, yeah. Next up, we got CS Summit. So, basically, CS Summit talent was announced, which it's not me. That's all you need to know. Not me. I'm just kidding. All the talent in there is great and all that. I'm just saying I'm not in it, okay? I'm not in it. So basically how it's going to go, Summit's one of those chill tournaments. I actually enjoy a lot of these chill tournaments in Summit. Like, you know, I enjoy a lot of, you know, the casters really building up their personality, because some people hate it. Some people are like, why no talk about CSGO? It's like, just let the casters, like, introduce themselves. Like, people actually want to get to know the caster, okay? Like, seriously, some casters, like, you know, bland as cardboard, man. They want to know the caster beyond the CSGO, okay? Like, let's take for Sponge, for example, okay? Like, would Sponge should be a good analyst if he just talked about fucking numbers and replays all the time and no jokes whatsoever? I don't have to be like Sherlock Holmes to tell you how that is a bad idea. Because it isn't, you know, Sponge should be able to do his jokes, you know, his little throw Furia into the bin and stuff like that. I remember when he did that Fury into the bin, I'm like going, oh boy, he's just rustled up the entire Brazilian hornet's nest. Some of them aren't interesting, but oh god, Pansy's amazing as a caster. Yeah, Pansy's actually really good as a caster. That I mistook Pansy for Machine once, and I'm sitting there going like, how did I mistake Pansy as Machine? Because they have a similar accent, Machine and Pansy, because Pansy actually sounds quite British. Like, she has a kind of a British twang to when she casts, and I'm sitting here going like, oh boy, how dumb am I? But Pansy is a great caster. Pansy is an amazing caster, okay? I'm just an awful listener, okay? At the end of the day, a caster's just an entertainer. Well, yeah, they got to bring some spice to the story, okay? Thank you for following Twiz. And let's talk about the teams, okay? So you got OG, Complexity, Fnatic, Dignitas. Okay, so, you know, you got the Holzerk and Harry. We've got the new guys coming in. Fnatic, basically the old Fnatic. Then you got Jake S. I think Complexity will get knocked out here. I'm pretty okay Twiz at the moment. I reckon Complexity are gone. Like, they're not going to make it out of this group. This group's going to be quite interesting. And I'm not sure if they're going to have the new guys in here yet with Dex and co. I reckon FaZe will top the group, funnily enough. And then it'll be Heroic. And then it'll be... I'm not sure about this MIBR lineup. That'll be Heroic, then MIBR, and Mouse, I reckon. I reckon Mouse won't perform here. Virtus Pro... shit. This is actually going to be a close one, actually. It's either good between Virtus Pro or Furia that'll top the group, I reckon. I know one of my streamers I do watch, Michelle, she's going to hate me for the fact I'm going to say that Nip aren't going to be top 2. But I reckon Nip's going to be 3rd and Cloud9's going to be 4th, okay? Like, Cloud9 are in absolute tatters. Bemis is a very, very good player. Like, Bemis is a very, very good player. Like, very, very serviceable. I do enjoy him in Mouse. It's just at the moment with Mouse wanting to switch all their players around, it's not going to be good for team harmony. And you're versing teams that are newly together. So MIBR will probably be one team that could potentially beat. But you're versing teams that have, worked with each other for quite a long time. Basically Heroic and FaZe. And they aren't going to get that little, they're going to get that generous treatment. Overall, I think who's going to win this event? I reckon Virtus.pro win this event, okay? Like, I reckon between Virtus.pro and Furia, that Group C is the most group of death you could ever see ever, okay? Like, that is the biggest group of death, Group C, okay? Like, biggest group of death. It's a scary group. Like, can you imagine being in a group with Virtus.pro and Furia? Virtus.pro peaking, Furia also peaking? Oh, fuck me. Dude, Nip and Cloud9 wondering, like, what sort of hell they've gone to at the moment. To be playing games against Virtus.pro and Furia. It's like, they're like here sitting, they're reading the brackets being like, what the fuck did we deserve to do this? Like that's what they're probably saying. And they're just wondering what sort of bracket curse and have this. Group B is not so stacked compared to Group C. Yeah, exactly. Group C is just like, sorry, do you want to get beaten up by Art? Oh, do you want to get beaten up by James afterwards? Oh, how's Buster and Keykurt feeling? Like, oh, just look at that. Like, you look at these players and like you're just wondering, like, Nip's just gone and going, like, can we actually get a game against either of these two teams? I think C9 and Wox are gonna be better than before. He's just not it. Yeah, Wox seems a bit off. Like, if Nip was in any of these other groups, they'll probably be, a shoe-in to qualify. But since they're in a group with Virtus.pro and Furia, I don't see it happening. Yeah, it's gonna be between, like, for the top of the groups, the big game's gonna be Furia v Virtus.pro. Like, that's gonna be a big game, Furia v Virtus.pro. And that'll probably be Virtus.pro's biggest test, okay? Like, if Virtus.pro wants to prove itself as a tier 1 team, it needs to beat Furia. Like, it needs to beat Furia. Okay? Woxer was just not on it for a year now. Yeah, I guess so, because Mouse has been declining since Woxer hasn't been playing well. And, like, Mouse has been declining in general. After Woxer left, because Woxer used to be their clutch man. Next up is ESL's releasing their little calendar. Is it Furia playing with standard with Honda? No, I don't think they're playing with Honda at the moment. I think they have Junior. By a summit, okay? So yeah, basically they return to LAN. I think they've got this thing here. There's the schedule. So they got Katowice. That's going to be online. Malta, going to be online with Studio Playoffs. DreamHack Master Spring, I think it's going to be Studio. Yep. IM Melbourne's not happening. This is going to be fully online, by the way. It's going to be fully online. This could be a LAN event for Cologne. Malta is going to be a Studio. Basically, all this will be trying to be live as well. And essentially, ESL, knowing it's going to be with the major, and they're going to go off 5 aces, 2 games. To be fair, though, I know Honda played very, very well in those games. You got to be careful with rating a person getting 3 aces in games when Honda overall, like looking at the stats afterwards, like he did win about 3 rounds for his team. Overall, he didn't play overall the match because he had a negative 14, by the way, just in case you're wondering, in a not 100 ADR. That, the aces are great. It's just the consistency of him doing it the entire game is what is lacking. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you look, okay, we'll just look at it, okay? I'll tell you guys now. Let's just find it, okay? Like, I'll find Furia. Like, their recent games. Like, I'll show you what I'm talking about, okay? Like, let's just find it first of all. I'm not saying he's a bad player. He's quite good. Which match was it when he got the 2 aces? I think it was G2, wasn't it? Yeah, it was G2. So let's look at the scoreboard here. So see what I mean here? Like, across the series? Negative 22 and 59 ADR, okay? Like, that kind of thing. He can exploit at great moments, but he's not consistent, as you can see here. That stat tells me he's not consistent, okay? He's a new guy on the team, okay? He's a new guy on the team, so, you can get distracted by the flash and stuff like that. But yeah, it's got to look at the ADR as well, that he's not there consistently, okay? Not there consistently yet. And, it's something he can work on. Like, consistency always being there and stuff like that. So, that sort of thing. Like, he's great. He's a great player, but, maybe it takes a while to get him to use the system too. It's his first game. Like, I'm not going to shit on him because he's not in the system yet. It's his first game. He's probably learning as he goes along, okay? But, get 3 aces is very, very good. But overall, like, in the scheme of things, he was doing just better than Art and worse than Vinny, okay? But, like, you know, he's not consistent. Like, not consistent from round to round. Like, you know, there's rounds where he has absolute brilliance, and there's rounds where he's just, like, plop, you know, kind of thing. Not saying he's going to be a bad player forever. Like, once he works out those kinks, he could be potentially a really, really great player. And also, a little tip as well, Honda is the name of Tristan in Yu-Gi-Oh! In Japanese. So every time that I heard the word Honda, I just imagined Tristan Taylor from Yu-Gi-Oh! So he better start looking like Tristan Taylor from Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay? That's all I'm going to say. And at the moment, he does not, okay? We need to get rid of the glasses, get the big spiky hair, and, you know, my voice has super strength. And, just beat every team up, okay? Just in case you guys, that's my Tristan impression, okay? But either way, like, you know, he's a good up-and-coming player. He also knows, like, how to work in a team environment as well. Like, when one of his players was having a shit game, i.e. Art, he was, like, trying to see, like, you know, trying to back up Art and trying to make him, you know, get ready for the next round and stuff like that. Like, not to get into a fucking, you know, a depression of, you know, plot. But anyway, I digress. So let's get back here. So basically, they're going to change their IM4 so the major won't get interfered with. Next one is Godsent is beside a Brazilian team. Yeah, I don't know how this is going to go. Godsent literally throwing a pretty big, risky team here. Okay? Because Phelps, Taco, dead. I'm not sure how he has a fucking job, but either way. What, do you not know what about Honda? Honda for Japanese? I'll show you later what Tristan Taylor means Honda. Like, trust me, like, I'll tell you. I should Google it now, okay? Yu-Gi-Oh! Honda Tristan, okay? See? Tristan Taylor is called Honda in Japanese. Where is it? I'm not sure. Yeah, see? It's called Honda. But anyways, I digress. But anyways, I am not sure about this team. I think Godsent, probably not paying him that much. Like, I can be honest, but I don't think Godsent are paying him that much. But it's, you know, Godsent got to keep a team after they sold their team to Fire Plus Phoenix. Or Fun Plus Phoenix, sorry, not Fire Plus Phoenix, Fun Plus. You know, we'll see how this ends up. I'm not holding out any high hopes, to be honest, because Taco and Phelps are, like, part of the MIBRs, you know, swirl around the drain. They've got Barton, who's probably one of the better players in there, but I don't see, like, any players out there that are going to prove anything wrong. There's good work to their advantage as well. Like, you know, when players, like, you know, you don't see any known players, so they don't really have the pressure on them. Like, they'd just be like, oh, everyone expects us to fucking lose anyway, so what have we got to lose? And, you know, they'll basically win on that basis that no one expects anything out of them, kind of thing. So there's no real pressure behind them. I am not terribly too sure about this team. Like, there's not really much in it. Like, not really much firepower in it. Maybe Barton being the main firepower. And you got a few, like, potential stars in Leto, Dumao, and stuff like that. And you got a few veterans as well. You know, I'm not terribly too sure about Godsend's team, but we'll see what happens. I think Godsend is just looking for another team. And if this Brazilian team pays out, you know, in the end, they'll just flop it over to another Brazil org and, you know, look for another team. Next up is Patsy and Dexter join Spirit on loan, just in case I think Espada disbanded. So basically, Spirit have tried to get rid of Disbalance. Now, I can understand why they're doing this, because Disbalance can have a really off game. And Spirit have the three best riflers I've seen in the CIS region for quite a... not three best riflers in the CIS scene, but three very, 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 very good riflers. And they can't afford, like, an AWPer having an off game. The thing is, I'm not sure if Dexter is going to match what Disbalance does. I think Dexter and Disbalance are pretty even at the moment, but Dexter has the highest skilling and stuff like that, you know? What, Taco's back on MIBR? No, Taco's made a Godsent team. With this team, I feel like a Dexter and Disbalance is just even. Like, I don't think it's a bad thing. You know, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's even. I can understand why Spirit have done this, because Disbalance has been not that consistent. And Disbalance, I'm going to say, he's a great AWPer. He just doesn't show the consistency sometimes, okay? And I'm going to say it's really, really hard done by for Disbalance. Like, really, really hard done by to be replaced like this. But he's going to find another team very easily. Like, he can probably go to most teams and just come in. Like, he can even go to Forze, I'm going to say, and probably get rid of, take out XE Power, but I don't think they'll do that. Dexter's run, basically one promising talents. This is why Spirit picked them up, because Spirit have Magix, SDY, Mia, and Chopper. I would actually think Chopper might go out of that lineup, but I think Chopper's IGL at the moment, so you don't want to replace your IGL. And Patsy is probably going to be a 6th player just in case. Just in case one of the players needs to take a break, they can just put him in. So yeah, it's 19-year-old Orpa. He helped Sprouts win, so Dexter was a sub, I believe. And, he wanted a bigger challenge. And of course, he's going to get that bigger challenge and see what happens basically with Dexter. And good luck to him, to be honest. Very, very good luck to him. And, I feel a bit, bad for Disbalance. Like, I don't think, like, he was like a big failing player that was, bound to get replaced. You can't really feel sorry for him. I feel like he was doing good, but not good enough for what Team Spirit need. And, Team Spirit's getting to that point where they're just a regular team in the ESL Pro League at this point, okay? So, like, what I'm going to say is, like, it's a bit unlucky for him, okay? It's a bit unlucky for him. I'm going to be real about it. Next up is going to be, okay, so everyone's rumoring that Dexter's going to Mouse Sports and Alistair's going to Order, not to Order, to Renegades. And these might confirm that these rumors could be true, as Alistair has left Order. And I'm going to say Ali is most likely going to go to Renegades. And that's what they're saying. And then they've got here that Dexter would go to Mouse Sports. And I've got to say something as well with Mouse Sports. This is a rumor, but they were watching my game between Tricked and Lowland Lions. So I'm not sure what Mouse Sports are looking for there. I'm not sure if they're looking at the Tricked players. But they were basically in my chat during the advanced game, which I'm not terribly too sure why they were there. But they were in my chat during it, because I didn't notice it. I did notice a few teams looking at this Trick lineup. And I can understand, because this Trick lineup's really, really good. They should have been in ESA Premier 2 seasons ago, but they just really bundled it up. So pretty much Alistair's going to leave Order. I assume someone's going to go to Order pretty easily. Like, Order say one thing and basically they'll get the entire team over. And yeah. That's going to be quite easy, ain't it? And, congratulations to Alistair to move to a new team. And yeah, they had a, nice goodbye for him as well. Next up, which is Contact. So Contact basically saying nope, out of the scene. So Otto and Esperanto are free agents. These two should be easy pickups. Like, any European team will just pick these guys up pretty easily. Like, Esperanto especially and Otto probably be easily picked up. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Like, that should be very, very easy pickup. Triumph add Cooper, 60, and Viz. Probably some new guys you guys can see. Some new guys coming in. And Cooper from, of course, I'm not sure who was he? I'm trying to think what team he was in. Like, E-United was one of his last teams, but I feel like I think he was in Swole Patrol, that's right. And yeah, about time we got some new gameplay here. And yeah, congratulations to him as well. And I gotta say, like, you're gonna see a lot of new players in this lineup, okay? Viz and 60 being some new players. He was on Swole Patrol, yeah, I thought so. So basically, as you can see here, like, Triumph is completely changed. Like, I think Shakes is the only original player in that team, given that everyone else has been bought out. And, like, I gotta give it a Triumph for still sticking with CSGO, despite the absolute awful hand they've been given. Like, considering, like, if, like, let's just say Triumph made ESL Pro League, MCE will still be coaching that Triumph roster, and you'll still have the XOR roster in that, team. And you see what's happened here is that Triumph are just, they've had to turn over like 2 cores of teams and stuff like that. Next up, we got Hellraisers, and dude, I got to give big props to Hellraisers for picking up a Narquez. Big props, okay? Now, they put JR on transfer list, and they sacrificed the IGL and Orpa, and I'm not terribly too sure. Putting your IGL and Orpa on transfer to get a Narquez? I know Narquez is a very good player, but changing your IGL... I'm not too sure on that one, okay? But we'll see how it plays out. Narquez is a great player. Like, I'm going to say now, Narquez is an amazing player, okay? I don't think this would be like an Alexa B situation for Hellraisers, where, replacing the IGL results in the team fucking falling apart, basically. But I feel like, it's going to take some teaming issues to get used to, but I think Narquez is a great pickup by Hellraisers. And I'm not sure if Anarkes could be playing tonight. This probably kills the rumors that Anarkes and Rigon and Synopsy are going to make a team in, for Team Secret spot in ESA Premier. So probably put Snuff Stats to bed. And yeah, so now I'm not sure what's going to go on with that Team Secret spot in ESA Premier. Does anyone have a thing that they would eat custard with? A spoon? Reckon Auto will pick up someone from Ivana or Chiefs or Apoc Dud? I reckon they could probably, there's a few other Orpers in other teams that they could probably snag. They could probably feast on Vertex, given that Ruffleco's banned for 12 months, potentially, and take up PZ. You know? They could pick up PZ. I reckon that's one player I'd look to. Like, if you want to look for an AWP, you got PZ there. Yeah, very, very good AWPer. Who else you can pick up? But yeah, I think the first target would PZ. Luke. I don't think you can get Ekal out of Paradox, to be honest. I think he likes where he is. But Ekal is definitely one of them. Thank you for the follow, Ave. But yeah, good for Narcos. And talking about MCE. So they were talking about Xepa and Grim. And I think MCE was coach of Triumph at one point, I believe. Because wife changed her diet to no dairy, no gluten. Okay. No shit with a spoon, just something else. I have no idea, man. So yeah, so MCE talked about, his players and stuff like that. I think MCE has been a very, very good coach. Have you missed a discussion about ESIC bans? Yes, you have. They've been a long time coming. This is like the end of the news part. So yeah, so it's basically MCE talking about how well he's been around CSGO. He's been around since Saw. I remember him being around for a long time. And MCE, I gotta say, he was a very, very good coach. Because those players, Leaf and stuff like that, he brought a lot out of them. They're beating MIBR with him as a coach and stuff like that has been very, very good. And you can see this interview up on HLTV. But they also made EPL as well for Saw. And they beat, I believe it was Rise Nation in the ESL Pro League. And that was pretty epic as well. They also had Grim, they had Snakes, and a lot of other people in that lineup, which was very, very top notch. Yeah, he was playing Saw. It was MCE, I think it was MCE, Snakes, Grim, because Grim, they got the Triumph lineup. I'm trying to figure out Voltage. Shit, because Voltage was the AWPer. I'm trying to think of the other players. It was Voltage, MCE, Snakes, because they had to replace Snakes because Snakes wasn't old enough to play ESL Pro League. Nah, MCE, I think MCE is in Valorant, I believe, actually. Exceed, that's right, Exceed, that's right, Exceed. The guy who would scream on Discord. I remember when Exceed came into my stream, half-time, and he said, dude, turn on voice volume so you can yell, so I can yell louder, you can hear me. And I'm sitting there going mute? Because he yelled so loud, it was louder than my game volume, okay? It was louder than me casting, and he yelled. I'm sitting there going okay, that's getting turned off. Because I think it was Spongy won a 1v3 on pistols and overpass, and he was like, yeah! And it was full on bleeding my ears. But it was a crazy 1v3 win for Spongy. And the funny part was, during that game as well, while I had voice on, they were actually, when I was commentating the scenario, I was about to say the exact same words, and then fucking Exceed's yeah, they're gonna do this and that. And I'm sitting there going fuck me, man. Do I cast this game or Exceed cast this game? Because he got the exact words I was gonna say. He said it to the fucking point, So I was I was very, very happy at that point that I was actually saying the exact same things that a CSGO player was saying about what was going on. But anyways, next up is Get Right. He's stepping down from CSGO to go to Valorant. This is brand. Just in case you guys want, it's all about brand. Get Right's a huge brand. He might be going professionally into CSGO, I don't know. At the end of the day, or not to CSGO, to Valorant. At the end of the day, wish him good luck. He's got his brand, he's been such a great player ambassador throughout the CSGO era. Sad to see him go. I want to keep him here at CSGO, but at the end of the day, he's got to do what's good for his brands. Did you see the BBC view of Get Right? No, I've not seen the BBC interview of Get Right. But pretty much he's done so much for the game. And he's been such a big figure for the great game as well, given the fact that a lot of IGLs and a lot of other people seem to use spots called Get Right. So I reckon if you're a player and at least 20 to 30 positions on the map is under your name, I think you're doing quite a good job, okay? Did they call him a pro League of Legends player? Oh boy. And yeah, just in case you guys are wondering, Get Right suffers from Crohn's, okay? I gotta tell you now, Crohn's is painful as shit, okay? And a lot of other people like complain that, oh, we can't get it because I don't dedicate to practice. Dude, can you imagine fucking having Crohn's disease and like flying everywhere to play games? Fuck me, can you imagine like middle of the flight, your Crohn's flares up and you're stuck in the airplane tournament like with fucking supreme, not airplane tournaments, with supreme fucking pain in your stomach? Fuck no, like seriously, no excuse, okay? So, you know, that is insane to do that. So yeah, so Get Right basically went to Dignitas and he was kicked off of Dignitas. And then basically he's going to Valorant. So Valorant's kind of more of a brand deal, stuff like that. If you can get to a team on Valorant as it begins, probably get a bit of a paycheck, and then he can just do what he wants to. The guy could probably play fucking World of Warcraft on his stream, probably get like 5k viewers anyway. Not even kidding at this stage. Like, just for his personality alone, like he doesn't have to play CSGO or Valorant. Like, a lot of people just watch him for him at this point. people might get like, oh no, come on Josh, that's not right. I'm like, yeah, they'll just watch him for him. And good luck to Chris. Good luck to Chris. Just in case you're wondering, that's Get Right's first name. Okay, I know him, man. I'm a big fan. I know him in real life, not really. But yeah, it's a bit sad. Like, I did ask Get Right whether or not he would coach, and he was actually taken back by the fact that I asked him if he was going to coach CSGO or not. And I was actually kind of surprised that he was taken aback by it. Like, I was like, oh, okay, like, you would be a very good coach. Like, you'd be an extremely good coach. So I'm actually a bit surprised that he was taken back about that. But anyway, he's allowed to do what he wants. I think he's going to just be doing more brand stuff. Like, everyone's going like, oh, I thought it'd be more CSGO. At the end of the day, he's becoming like, it's like kind of like Courage, JD, Ninja, and all that stuff. He's becoming more bigger than the game that he's in. Okay? Like, he's bigger than the game that he's in. So he needs to, like, expand out to more than just CSGO. So he needs to be, like, that Valorant player, you know, stuff like that. I don't know why I've got Pickle Bet here. Don't bet, guys. Next up, we've got Windstrike. So Windstrike start topping up their teams with Forrester and Crad. Basically, Hard Legion going plop because, you know, coaches and stuff like that. And basically, it's just free. Just completely free transfers here. Forrester and Crad, good players, going to Windstrike. Windstrike definitely need to top ups because they're an ESA Premier now. He can do whatever he wants. Pickleback, oh, no. He's a Shroud minus Mixer. Well, Mixer could come back. Get Right, you know, could be the face of Mixer. But yeah, so that should be pretty easy here. You got Elon, good IGL and Nickelback. And you got Lackey, Crad, and Forrester, Hooch is the coach. Should be a very good lineup. Rulin, as you guys know, yesterday, because we casted Rulin yesterday in the AJ roster, he's back with Snatchy, Reets, and a few others. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Chappa Chup sponsor? Maybe. Maybe I can get a sponsorship, okay? But as you can see here, AJ have got Fairland, Fiku, Snatchy, Reets, and Rulin. Once MHL's done studying, they have MHL back in the lineup. And Lemon being the 6th player. And Mini Rocks is actually back from, you know, being his band. Windstrike had the best sponsors, really? What sponsors? Oh, they do have Chopper Chop. Shit, I didn't even realize it. I thought you were memeing. Then I saw Chopper Chop. Oh, they are sponsored by Chopper Chop. Oh man, I can only imagine their games. The games would be like this. Like, I have a Chopper Chop in their mouth like this, like a cola Chopper Chop just being like. Do you see the Navi sponsor on the left shoulder? No, I don't have it. Okay, you gotta Google this actually. Let's Google it off here. Navi sponsorship shoulder. Let's see what's the Navi or CSGO. It's a lollipop. Just in case you guys are wondering, a lollipop. Okay, who's their sponsor on their shoulder? Dude, it says GG Bet. Oh, it says HyperX, Caffeine. Damn, they have a lot of sponsors. I'm trying to get the new one. They have Monster as a sponsor. Raid Shadow Legends. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta get me a picture of the jersey. Have you seen this video yet? Do I want to see it? To be fair though, like you can't really judge your entire thing about on this video about this guy. Like basically, if you guys want to translation, it says the two enemies on your left be like basically swore. You could have killed them, which flashbang. Two on your left. Why did you pick sideways? Kills, mate. Okay. I think you can't do that, but I think it's like trying to cancel someone based on this is pretty stupid, to be honest. Like, you know, pretty silly. Like, you know, obviously I'm going to say it could be a person at his wit's end. He's just sick of it. But you remember at the same time, the guy is probably pretty young as well. Would be too surprised. But like, I think it's pretty brave to get him cancelled just based on that. Okay, let's just check this. Let's just check this thingo. Oh wow, they're not kidding. It is actually Raid Shadow Legends. Damn, it's everywhere. Just in case you guys are wondering, it's getting to the silly hour of Chilltime with Jose. Okay, get into the silly hour. Now I understand why his auto mode is CSGO. Yeah, I can understand. He needs to get his mouth in order, okay? Otherwise, he's not going to be on Thursday for very long. Next up is Dexter are targeting Dexter and A-Core, okay? Next minute, NordVPN's in the back. Back of, like, the jerseys, like, NordVPN. Alright, there's nothing on this Virtus Pro jersey. Okay, there's no sponsors on this Virtus Pro jersey. So basically, this kind of confirms that Chris J might go because A-Core's been picked up. And also basically means Carrigan might go because Dexter, being IGL, has been picked up. Even last Tech Tips took a Ray Shadow Spencer for one video. Dude, that game is very memey and I did enjoy it. But I just did not enjoy getting pressured by stuff like every 5 seconds. I'm just addicted to arena RPGs, okay? But anyway, so yeah, you know, Carrigan's not extended guild. Chris J is probably going to go, I reckon, because, you know, A-Core is much better than Chris J, let's just be honest. And A-Core is just an absolute god. And unfortunately for Chris J that, you know, he might have to move on because of A-Core. Now, Myth R is already coaching Mouse Sports, so it should be a good reunitement or whatever it is, or they're reunited. And that's going to be pretty much it for Chilltime of Jose today, actually. To be fair, the two players they're going to replace here with Mouse... Sorry, I'm continuing, even though I said it was going to be enough. The two players they're replacing here, clear upgrades. Dexter probably upgrade to Carrigan. Like, Dexter can frag out. Dexter's got the out-of-the-box strategy, similar to Carrigan. You know, Dexter and Carrigan operate on similar playstyles. Then you've got A-Core. A-Core's the better AWPer than Chris J. You know, he's in a much better form. A-Core's very, very good on the AWP as well as the Scout. I know Chris J can do, like, you know, perform miracles as a Scout as well. I think A-Core's just got a one-up above him at the end of the day. And I think Mouse are probably making some good movement by, you know, taking down, you know, by getting, you know, finding a replacement for Carrigan and Chris J going as well. So I think, you know, they've got it right there, Mouse. But that's going to be it for Chilltime with Jose today. A lot of news to get through today. I talked about for an hour and 7 minutes as I look to my left. And yeah, like, you know, big news for the Australian scene. I wonder how that's going to go. I reckon I got some DreamHack Open qualifiers tomorrow as well for the NA scene, but they haven't been put up yet. But they'll be on tomorrow as well. So I'll be casting this game today, which will be this. This will be casting about an hour or so. But I'm not sure what to do for the next 30 minutes because I really have no idea what I'm meant to do. Is it official that Chris J is leaving Mouse? Nah, it's not official yet. But I'm just assuming, given the fact that they're bringing in A-Core, that Chris J is on the chopping block. Okay. They're probably making stacks from the ads. They are. Like, I know a lot of streamers who've played Raid Shadow Legends quite a bit. I saw like 5 of them in the recent week. So, you know, that kind of thing. But anyways, guys, this is going to be for Chilltime with Jose. Thanks you guys for tuning in with your host, Jose. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Let's see what Australia CS can do in the next few weeks. Hopefully it gets better before it gets a lot worse. So, see you guys later on YouTube. If you guys enjoyed the content, comment, like, and subscribe below. You can do it in the top bottom right corner of this video, as you guys can see right here. And yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful day. Anyways, for the guys on Twitch, well, you get to see me just play a few games for a bit. So, see you guys in a few.